All right, good night, United Currency Coins and Crypto. Today we are going over solid quads. Now, solid quads are some of one of the handful of bills that you can easily see in order to identify them. Some of these bills can also be trinary bills. You can also find solid quads in binary bills as well, and they're pretty cool to actually have. They're easy to identify right now, and some of the bills you find will actually be some pretty cool bills. Okay, so when it comes to solid quads, for example, we have this bill here. Okay, this is a series 2013. These are this right here. It's going to be our serial number, and we're going to look at 744444930. Now, you'll also notice that it looks like the 9 is a little bit lower than where it actually should be, just slightly. Okay. Now, the solid quad here would actually be the 4. You have one of the same digit touching 4 times. Okay. So when it comes to something like this, for example, 24000048. Okay. Now we do have 2 4s in here, which are pretty cool. Now we have 4 zeros that are all touching. It has to be 4 of the same digit that is touching. It can't be separated. Okay. Something like this here, 252111119. The solid quad here is actually going to end up being the 1. Okay, which is definitely going to be easy to identify with some of these bills here. We have an 89000052. The solid quad is going to be the 0. Now, what would these bills be worth? To be honest, between $1 and $10. Okay, they're some of these bills. It's not the fact that they're rare. I mean, when they actually print them, they print, thousands, millions of these bills at the practical time. Now, when it comes to this denomination is just 1. You can find solid quads in many denominations: 1, 2, 5, 10, 50, 100, different things like that. Okay. Now, for a lot of these bills that you have, it's up to you if you want to keep them or not. For me, I basically want to keep a few handful of them that are actually pretty cool, that are different. With the collection that I actually have, I am thinning it out. I wouldn't need like so many. So for solid quads, I have 47 solid quad notes, okay, where the serial number basically has these digits here. Now, some of the bills that I'll keep are actually going to be pretty cool, and some of them are going to be in pretty good condition. Now, again, these bills are definitely circulated. They've been touched by hands. They didn't come out of, they didn't come out of the pot there. With some bills, I definitely would actually end up keeping, like this bill here, where you have this dot that's actually been on the 8. Tried to look at what this was, even put my fingerprint over it. I can. It appears to be in the print itself. Again, things like that happen. You're going to find bills that have errors on them right now, okay? This bill here is a 3999908. Okay. And I kept it. I like the fact that this one here is a little bit different. You have 3 9s here and you have a double 8, which is definitely pretty cool. All right. Now, if you notice on this bill here, I did want to point this out right now. You see this 4? This 4 has a bit more ink on it, and this 4 has a bit more ink on it as well. Are you going to see that with all bills? No. Okay. You'll find different things like that. Like, for example, if this 8, that little dot there, because it's not over here as well, that could practically happen. Again, things happen when it prints, was here. This had heavy ink here, here, and here. It had a different fancy serial number. Maybe it was a binary. Yeah, you might have something there. You can get the bills graded. It does cost some money to actually do that, but it'll definitely come in handy for you when you absolutely need it. All right. So these are solid quads that I actually have that are part of my collection right now. I do have many of them here. For example, I kept this bill there. It was pretty clean, except someone wrote on it for some odd reason. Don't know why, but things like that basically happen. Okay. You're going to find a lot of things on bills. My thing is go get the green book for fancy serial numbers and check it out and look for the different things that you'll actually see. You'll find different things on bills. People will write on it. You'll find smears on it. I found a bill that actually had blood on it, which is weird. Don't know how that happened, but Americans, things happen right there. 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah, 5. So yeah, I kept this bill on the bottom there. If you notice there, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If that was all there in a row, that'd definitely been pretty good. Right now, if that had changed up, our solid quad here is a 6. But yeah, basically just kept this. I thought it was actually pretty interesting and pretty cool there. Some of the other bills there, I have been finding some of the 6s. So for example, the 6 here is all the way at the end. You have another 6 here, right? So this bill, which was the last one, I put it here. So 6, 5, 4, 2, 6, 6, 6, 6. So we have a solid quad here, okay? It's at the end of it, which is pretty cool. You have leading and trailing. Leading is when you have that number that would be in the front. Trailing is when it ends, all right? And the good part is we have a solid quad, okay? We also have another 6 over here. So we have 5 of a kind, okay? And then you have a 4, 5, 6, which I thought was definitely pretty cool. If that was a 3, it'd have been great, but damn. One day I might find that one. Who knows? Okay. Now, perfectly cool here. I wanted to show you this last one over here right now. See this one here? 6, 6, 6, 6, 2, 2, 4, 5. What do you notice about this bill here? What do you notice? Okay. We have 3 consecutive pairs. Okay. 3 consecutive pairs here. We have a pair of 6s, another pair of 6s, another pair of 2s. So this note is 3 consecutive pairs, but it's also a solid quad, which is absolutely pretty cool. So I did want to bring that up. You will find bills that will have multiple fancy serial numbers in it as well. I think I have one bill that has like 5 fancy serial numbers in it, which is absolutely different. I put that in the back of the binder, and I absolutely have that there right now. So yeah, these are solid quads that I actually have, and I have a collection of leading and trailing quads. I'll actually show you guys that in about 2 weeks, so I kind of space these videos out a bit as well. All right, you guys have a good night. Questions, comments, concerns, you can put them below. Again, these are just bills. The denomination is small. They'll only be worth about $1 to $10 right now. They're very small. If somebody has a bill that is a solid quad and the serial number matches theirs and they want to pay you for it, you can make the price whatever it is, because they're probably going to have it graded and they definitely sell it for a high price. There was one person that did find 2 different bills that had the same serial number, and they sold it for a lot of money. So you never know what you find. All right. When it comes to certain notes, I have a chart on my computer, and I write down all the serial numbers in there to see if I match it up with anything there. I definitely do that with B 2013 notes. All right. You guys have a good night.